Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers, today joined by...
Just...
Michael.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a whole Christmas calendar and maybe they're seeing this in January.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. We'll see when this airs.
Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, everything.
All that.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
We're cracking some beer that you wanted to try that I had in the cellar from Anchorage.
Yeah.
We both love Anchorage and this will be fun because this is more of a classic style. So we're checking out a bottle of the Anchorage Frayja, and that artwork is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
A blue kind of, is that a tiger or
lion
a
or
lion?
something?
Some kind of feline that just looks.
And then that light blue wax thing.
Yeah,
it's just really great design.
Yeah.
I love Anchorage.
Me too, man. The new design they've done now is just killer.
Yeah, it is.
So.
Really.
This is a Baltic porter, or an Imperial Baltic porter, that's been aged for 1 year in Woodford reserve bourbon barrels, and then it's been finished on Madagascar vanilla beans, and it's 11%. So, pretty big beefy Baltic porter. So this will be interesting. Baltic porters, you know, it's the Baltic attempt at making porters or stouts, strong dark beer, because originally these kind of beer styles was exported to the Baltics from England, but at one point there was a trade embargo, so they tried to do it themselves, but they ended up doing this version with lager yeast instead, which is lighter, more easygoing. One of the best examples that you can get locally in Denmark is probably Limfjords Porter.
Oh yeah.
Because that is a benchmark example of how a strong, robust...
stout.
That's what they call it too on the label. But it's a Baltic porter because it's made with lager yeast. But that's like a great example of how a really robust, flavorsome Baltic porter should be. Now, this, just by the looks, pouring out, looks like it's going to be real authentic because Baltic porters are not like crazy thick necessarily. I know Frayja has made some that are, and I know who else? There's a couple other breweries that's played around with like really rich Baltic porters. It's a Polish brewery. They made the plum beer. I can't remember the name. Imperium Prunum? No. Imperium Prunum was the name, but I can't remember of the name of the brewery. But whatever.
Yeah, I think I know what you... Yeah.
Yeah.
Mosto.
No. So, yeah, this will be fun to try, you know. A Imperial Baltic Porter in Woodford reserve barrels with vanilla. Sounds nice. So
it sounds really nice.
Yeah. And it looks really nice. It's a nice black color with a very, very nice mocha colored, super velvety head.
Yeah, the head looked amazing when you poured it.
Yeah, it was super rich and dense and fluffy. Thick. Especially compared to when you think of Anchorage other crazy stouts, because often those don't have any heads because there's so many adjuncts in there in kind of new beers. But it looks beautiful in the glass.
It smells good from here.
Yeah, let's check out the aroma. Oh, wow.
It smells really, really good.
What a bourbon aroma. Holy crap. That must be some really fresh barrels. There's so much fresh, fudgy bourbon quality.
And vanilla. Vanilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. But that mixed is just...
And Madagascar vanilla bean, you know, this has vanilla, lots of vanilla flavor and aroma, but also that like dark fruity almost flavor you get from like the whole pods. But one thing I've started to notice with Madagascar vanilla bean is that sometimes it almost smells artificial. I don't know if it's not too much in this, but sometimes when you smell vanilla beers, it's like, oh, this is almost artificial. But that's because artificial vanilla is trying to emulate Madagascar vanilla. So you're getting that almost artificial flavor in a lot of vanilla beers that are made with vanilla. And I think that's why a lot of brewers have now started trying to play around with other types of vanilla bean. And the big one that people are going nuts for right now is Ugandan vanilla beans, because of pretty much side projects starting to using them and talking about how they give more of a fudgy, cakey kind of vibe to the beer. Like more of that vanilla frosting, that like dark fruity and whatnot. So everyone knows like Uganda.
I actually have a friend, from Sour Vanilla.
Yeah.
His wife is from Madagascar, and they import the Madagascar vanilla beans. So I talked actually quite a lot about vanilla beans from around the world with him, and different types and different tastes, and what people expect. Many people come back to him and say it doesn't taste like much because they are used to the artificial vanilla sugars and stuff. Yeah. But actually that's because they are used to something else than the real thing.
But you can smell that this has that kind of almost vanilla sugar vibe.
It does.
Something you can get in Denmark, but that's because again that's also emulating Madagascar vanilla beans.
It smells something like Bottle Logic's fundamental observation.
Yeah, for sure. And I think they use that vanilla bean in most of their fundamental observation beers. But they did this year, which I didn't get unfortunately, but they did a whole set where they did fundamental observation, but in 7 different variants with 7 different types of vanilla beans from all across the world. So you could see how the different vanilla bean tasted in their base, which was a crazy cool concept.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah. But yeah, this smells.
It smells
awesome.
really, really good. Really
There's nice charry, woody barrel vibes too. A little bit of a
sweet, fudgy bourbon.
Yeah, crazy bourbon vibes. But you can also smell it as a Baltic porter, I think. It doesn't smell necessarily as like a stout or something because it's lighter, it's more to the toasty, roasty side.
Yeah, there's not so much umami.
Yeah, and not like often stouts are much more heavy than Baltic porters. And you can kind of smell that from the aroma alone here, that this is more of a lighter dark beer, if you can say it like that.
Man, that smells.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, really.
I love Baltic porters, so let's try this one. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh my!
That is like drinking velvet. That is
it's definitely
so
not
drinkable.
as thick as many of the others, but it doesn't matter.
It's a Baltic porter. Come on, man! Like even though it's not thick, it is so velvety.
Yeah, it's
really
so
velvety. Fluffy.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like 11% at all.
No. Wow, that is crazy good. It's got a heavy toast, heavy. It's not the same deep roast as in stouts, but it's like this more like really toasty, woody flavor.
Yeah.
There's loads of that.
Exactly. And it's so light. It's so light and fluffy. I could chuck a bottle of my own.
Yeah, man. Like beautiful vanilla flavor on it too. Like big vanilla, Madagascar vanilla. But also that like slight dark fruity umami vanilla edge on this.
But the vanilla also shines because it's light in everything else.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe that's why they also chose Madagascar vanilla bean. Maybe they thought that would work well with the profile in the beer. But man, Woodford Reserve is what they always play around with at Anchorage. And I've tried some Woodford Reserve bourbons and they're quite nice, but they work so well with barrel aging, it seems, like a beer. I know there's a lot of, hyped whiskey distillers like being used in beer production, but it seems like for some reason Anchorages know how to nail Woodford Reserve barrels.
It's just a cherry note on the back end.
It's really good.
Yeah.
There is the lightest hint of a dark fruit flavor, but it's super light. It's definitely very American because a lot of more European examples have heavier dark fruit flavor than this. So in that sense, it's more American. I'm getting hints of like super light toast coffee.
Yeah,
it's like a light toast chocolate. It's like everything is light toast and light roast.
Really,
long roast coffee.
It's so balanced light. Everything is just on par with each other.
This is such a harmonious drinking beer. It's so awesome to see Anchorage nail something so classic, but at the same time also do big beefy crazy beers. Yeah. Because this is so classic. Like if you gave this to a classic beer geek that loves Baltic porters, I think they would love this too. Because it's so velvety, it's so soft, and it just nails kind of the flavor profile you want. It has, I think the dark fruit flavor we're getting is probably from malts because its finish is really clean. There is that like super clean lager finish. There's not lots of yeast character at all.
Yeah, it's super. I agree totally with what you're saying. I assume that's why it's not getting the highest grades because this is not what Anchorage usually does in their big stouts. But
I don't care. I think it's awesome.
It's awesome because this is not something you taste every day.
Nope.
This lighter style is just done so right.
Yeah, but I also think like a lot of people, some brewers do stouts as well that are kind of like this, maybe with a little bit more heavy roast, but this lighter lighter profile. And I think, if it was an imperial stout, it would suit it more with the beefiness. Whereas, like, I think that's more needed in imperial stout. But when you have Baltic porters with the lager yeast and everything, it needs to be something like this. Yeah. If it's at least has to be really true to style. It can be thick and whatever. It's styles nowadays is just like.
I can actually now that you say it with the lager yeast, I can actually taste the kind of pilsnerisk.
Yeah, clean kind of finish.
Clean, I never noticed that before, but I didn't know it actually.
It's actually totally apparent in this. It has that super clean finish. It's probably one of the best barrel-aged lager beers I think I've had.
It tastes just a really, really well brewed beer. It's just, yeah.
I think it's world class Baltic Porter.
I would say rating wise, I'm on a 96, 97 ish.
I was thinking 95, just hitting that world class mark. Like,
but usually I'm a bit higher.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If I made a Baltic Porter that tasted like this, I would be so stoked. Yeah. Like, it's so true to style, and it tastes like a Baltic Porter first and foremost, with just this awesome, fudgy, crazy, caramelly, candy bourbon flavor with that really nice, dry, toasty wood flavor to it as well, and then that sprinkling of vanilla on top, which is slightly dark fruity and whatnot. Like, it's really, really fucking great.
It is. I think the whole package with the design and the content of their beers, both sour and dark beers, it's just amazing. Yeah. It's just a really amazing brewery.
It would be really interesting to try Gutted, because that is also classic beer. That's a Belgian strong dark ale in bourbon barrels. If they nail a Baltic Porter like this, they will also nail, I think, a Belgian strong dark ale. Like, I hope that will be like throwbacks to drinking like distilleries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
With their whole fisherman ale, what's it called?
Pennepot, yeah.
Something like that. That would be amazing. There's even like hints of leather and tobacco to this too, actually.
Yeah, light. Again, very light. I can see that.
And again, everything light and toasted, like light roast coffee, light toasted cocoa nibs. Like, it's really good.
But the vanilla just comes. Yeah.
It's this
even
is the
more
perfect
now,
temperature.
Yeah, it comes through when it gets even more now.
Yeah, with more warmth you get.
And then compared to that lager yeast, it's just it's a different taste to what you're used to, and that's quite refreshing.
Totally, yes, it's totally okay with me.
Yeah.
So that was awesome to try, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. This is currently, I think, I'm not sure if it's still, I think it is.
On Dreckbier.
Yeah, if you want to try it, Dreckbier has it in Europe. We got this through trading in the States, but you can get it in Europe now, so you should definitely get some. If you love Baltic Porter, you need to check this out, because this is probably some of the best around at the moment.
Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. So if you guys had a chance to try this one, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers in delicious Baltic Porter, and see you guys in another video.